Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. Check out our schedule. And you can also visit the tip jar there to make contributions to support us. You can contribute via Zelle or PayPal or Venmo, and all the information is right there online. You can also join us in person if you're local, 5 days a week at Ruth Hardy Park. Details online. And you can contribute in cash if you come in person. We'll start out sitting today or kneeling if you prefer. You don't have to sit the way that I'm sitting. I'm sitting on a couple of yoga blocks, sitting at the front end of the box to let my pelvis tilt forward and open frontal hips. If you want, close your eyes, feel your contact with the ground. However you're kneeling or sitting, check in with the ground. Feel the support holding you up. Feel how that grounding support helps you lengthen upward as you breathe in. Think of the length of your spine, crown of your head rising with each inhale. Think of your shoulders melting, relaxing down away from your ears a bit, where we often carry them without realizing. Taking in the movements of your breathing, the sensations that go with these movements, and whatever other sensations are present for you as we start. As we just arrive, grounding, centering, turning inward. Make particular note of anything that doesn't feel so good as you scan your body, so that you can take care of yourself by skipping or modifying whatever you need to. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths before we begin moving around. Let's start at the bottom. Take whichever leg's in front, presuming there's one in front. If there isn't one in front, shuffle so that one's in front of the other. Lift that leg, let the foot hang limp. Take the opposite hand and interlace your fingers between your toes. Slowly move your foot in circles, letting your arm and your hand do the work. Letting the foot and the leg be passive, supported by your hands, your arms. Take some of those circles in either direction. Release your toes. Now use both arms to cradle the weight of your leg, whatever grip works for you. I like this one. Some days it's easier than others. Let the whole weight of the leg just hang in the support of the arms and make circles with your leg rocking your femur in your hip socket. Letting the arms do the work. Change direction. Let that leg down, bring the other one forward. Let it hang loosely. Get your fingers between your toes. And roll gently in circles. Softly opening up the ankle. And change direction. Release your toes. Support your leg with both arms, both hands. Slow, gentle circles with your leg. Switch direction. Let that leg down. Reground. Reach your arms to the sides, rest your fingertips on the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, let it drape over your head. Let the weight of your arm gently draw your head to the right. To further extend and lengthen your trapezius muscle, you might reach out through your left fingertips, lifting the hand just a little, like there's something here you want to pick up. But you can't quite reach. Keeping the hand engaged keeps the arm engaged and lets the side of the neck lengthen. If your left hand is raised, let it down. Let your neck remain passive. Let your hand slide across your head and come down to your cheek, and let your arm lift your head. Let that hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, let it drape over. Gently draw your head to the left. If you like, extend out through your right fingertips. It can be tricky, this business of letting one body part do the work while the other remains passive. The part being supported wants to help the other one. Like we as individuals, sometimes the body part has trouble accepting help, right? It's not easy to just be passive and let someone else do it all for you. Let the right hand down. Let your neck remain relaxed. Let your left hand slide over and slide down. Nudge your head back to center. Let that hand down. Walk your left hand behind you. Bring your right hand over to your left leg. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more, exploring with each breath to see if going further feels helpful. Maybe you already found a deep enough twist. Even if you're not deepening the twist, a few breaths in any twist can bring more benefits. Letting the breath get into different places. Allow your twist to unwind. Walk your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand across. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to twist some more. Maybe with each breath, going a little further. Let yourself unwind. Come back to center. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back. Let your head tip forward. Just follow your own breath a few more times. Maybe those movements get bigger. Maybe those breaths get longer. And rest your hands on the floor in front of you and just walk them forward as far as you can. Loose, simple, forward fold. Let's not even think about the shape of it. Just let the arms come out, let the head drop down, let the neck disengage and breathe into your back. And just notice where you feel the stretch. Is it release in the lower back? And do you notice more the lengthening in the upper back and shoulders? Maybe it's both, maybe it's something else. Walk your hands over to the left and take a few breaths. Walk your hands back through center and on over to the right. Take a few breaths there. Welcome. Oh, still connecting to audio. We have someone else joining us. That's all right. Walk your hands back to center and then back in towards your legs. And let's tip gently to one side and make our way up onto our hands and knees. You could square things off with your hips above your knees, shoulders above your wrists, or if that's too much on your wrists, your shoulders can be a bit behind your wrists. Reach your right foot back, press the ball of your foot against the mat. Feel your heel draw away from your tailbone. With your next inhale, reach your left arm out to the side. If you want to go further, on your next inhale, pick your right foot up and reach straight back through the sole of your foot. And if you want to go even further, bend your knee, reach back. If you can connect, take hold of your foot or ankle or pant leg, kick against your hand, raise your knee, and raise your chin. Open the midline, stretch your shoulder and your quads. Release, lower down. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, draw your heart up, let your head and tailbone come down. And take maybe 2 or 3 more rounds of breath with that. Cow pose and cat pose. Come on, back to center. Reach back. Press into the ball of your left foot for a couple breaths. With your next inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you like to go further, with the next inhale, pick your left foot up, reach straight back through the sole of your foot. If you want to go even further, you could bend your knee, reach back, and see about taking that bind, that additional opening and stretching. Release, lower down, take a few rounds of those cow, cat breaths, moving your heart forward and then up. Then we'll start to come forward into a low lunge. You might use blocks under your hands to ease the transition like I'm doing here. Putting the blocks under your hands is like bringing the floor closer to your hands. It gives you more room to do this. Bring your right leg forward, right foot up between the hands. More room between the torso and the floor with the blocks. Bring your hands to your knee. Lift your torso. If you feel wobbly, maybe widen your stance until you're less wobbly. You could check the back leg, see that it's lined up behind the knee. What seems stablest here for most of us is this hip above this knee above this ankle, and this leg behind this knee. Exhale, sink forward in your hips. Inhale, glide back. You can add in a movement with one arm or both arms. Raised arms at the top of the movement. Exhale, sinks forward, draw the arms down. Inhale, glide back, reach the arms up. And there's a rotation that comes into this too. As you come down, your palms go forward. As you come up, your palms face each other. The movement with the leg, the hips can be as big or small as you want. And then let's twist from the top of the movement. Reach your left hand back, right hand forward, twisting to the left. The right hand could always come to the knee for steadiness. Come back through center with your hands by your heart and twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward or to the knee. Come back through center. Bring your hands down to the floor or the blocks and switch legs. Bring your right knee to the floor. Bring your left foot forward. It's okay if that takes more than one step. Bring your hands to your knee. Lift your torso. Steady yourself. When you're steady, exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide back. Add the arm movement in if and when you like. One arm or both arms. You could always keep one hand on or both hands. And just focus on rocking the hips. You might also play with making this hip movement with your hands at your heart or your hands on your hips. It's nice to have choices. There are always options. Maybe you do a different arm movement. From the top of the movement, we'll twist first to the right, because this twist is a little easier. I find that doing this one first facilitates doing the other one. Come back through center, and then twist to the left. Come back through center. Bring your hands down. And we're going to step the right foot forward. Come to a standing forward fold. You might keep blocks under your hands, or let your hands hang in the air, or drag on the ground. Bend one leg and then the other, sway back and forth. Arms heavy, head heavy, drawing towards the ground. Lengthening the back, opening the shoulder girdle, the neck. Breath and gravity, doing the work. Nice and slowly nod your head. And shake your head. Inhale, lift halfway, press your hands to the front of your legs. Feel the crown of your head move forward away from your tailbone. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll up to standing, hands above your head, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands hang at your sides. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear, slide it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades. Bring your chin to your shoulder. Let it roll down past your sternum and up to the other shoulder. Down past your sternum, up to the shoulder where you started. Turn your head forward. On an inhale, spread your wings. As you exhale, cross your arms the opposite way, reach for your shoulder blades again. Bring your chin to your shoulder. And slowly, like a half circle, come down through center, up to the other side. Down through center, up to the other side. Face front. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers, point your index fingers up. Look up at your hands, lift up your heart. Inhale, bring yourself upright. Exhale, bend to the right. Feel for length through both arms. Try to keep the left heel down. Maybe bend the right knee a little like that. Deepen the bend. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. You can let your knees down anytime we're in plank. When a shorter plank serves you better. Exhaling, slowly lower all the way down, elbows in close by the body. Press into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest to the height that feels okay in your low back. Exhale, rock back, curl your toes under, press into your feet to lift your knees, and press into your hands to lift your tail. Downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog, pedal your feet up and down. Let your heels get closer to the ground. Sometimes when I pedal my feet up and down, I like to roll over the tops of the toes. Press the top of the toe against the floor, stretching the legs the other way too. Eventually finding some stillness for a breath or two. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. It doesn't matter how many steps it takes. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Let's step back to plank. This time, on an exhale, as you lower, maybe you just come down halfway, maybe all the way again. Inhale, bring your heart forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, rock back and up to downward facing dog. Maybe you pass through table, maybe not. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Step back to plank. On an exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Step back to plank. On an exhale, lower. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Take 3 cleansing breaths in downward facing dog. Let your knees come down. We're going to make our way to a seat. You can cross your ankles, walk your hands in, and maybe roll over your ankles, or maybe tip to one hip and swing your legs around. So you end up sitting with your legs extended and your feet flexed back. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. On the inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. On the exhales, think of lowering some more. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit up. Let your arms nudge your legs apart to whatever degree feels okay for you, and walk your hands down your legs to wherever you can, whatever feels okay there too. Bring your right hand over by your left hand, take a couple breaths. Reach your left arm to the side and turn your head to the left. Turn your thumb towards the floor, reach for your right hip, and draw your left shoulder back. Extend your arm and bring the left hand back to the right hand. Bring your right hand over to your right leg or right foot. Bring your left hand over by your right. Reach your right arm out, turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down, reach for your left hip, draw your right shoulder back. Extend your arm, bring your right hand back over by your left hand. Bring your left hand back over to the left foot or left leg. Walk your hands up your legs and sit up. Nudge your legs towards each other. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, leaving a big space between your pelvis and your heels. And grab the mat, walking your hands under your ankles or over your ankles, and keep walking your hands forward on the mat. Let your neck disengage as you come into your pretzel shape. Breathe into the middle of your lower back. Walk your hands back, lift your torso. Keeping your feet together, bring them in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers, grab your toes in your hands. Wriggle on your seat. Bringing the bones closer to the floor, tilting your pelvis forward. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to hinge at the hips and fold forward. First, the spine nice and long. When that's not lowering anymore, let your head lower. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit yourself up. Let your arms help your legs. One more time. Lift your knees towards each other. Rest your feet on the floor out past your hips. Wiggle your feet out by the edges of the mat. Let your knees go back and forth. As they go to one side, you could turn your head to the opposite side. Maybe that feels nice in the neck and shoulders. Bring your feet in closer, about hip width apart, and come down onto your back. With your feet planted, heels as close to your butt as they'll go. Cross your left ankle above your right knee, figure four legs. Reach your arms out to the sides. Feel your shoulder blades press against the floor. Keep them on the floor as you let your legs fall to the right, then turn your head to the left. And just let your breath bring you out. Don't worry about how far your legs go. Maybe you touch down to the ground, maybe not. Don't let them fall, don't push them. Invite the twist. See what your breath accomplishes. Slowly bring your head and your legs back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Let them fall to the left and turn your head to the right. Come slowly back to center. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back to massage it against the ground. Reach your feet towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up, grab your feet or your legs. Play with bending and straightening your limbs to whatever degree feels good. Rocking back and forth to whatever degree you like. There's no wrong way to explore movement here. Happy baby pose. Maybe it's a little movement, maybe it's a lot. Whenever you feel complete with inverting, make your way to your final resting pose. Maybe it's the traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, legs extended, feet splayed apart, hands resting at your sides. The word Shavasana means corpse pose, this posture, but we also use the word to refer to this state of rest that we come to integrate the benefits of our practice. It's more important to be comfortable than to be in corpse pose. So if this is not comfortable, come to a position that is. And that can be any position that works for you, wherever you can be comfortably still for these final minutes of quiet breathing to conclude the practice. You might focus on your breathing. You might choose something else to focus upon. Or you might elect not to focus. Let yourself unfocus, defocus. As your breath slows down, gets deeper again, your body relaxes a little closer to the ground with each exhale.
And start to give yourself some deeper breaths. Begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Roll your ankles and your wrists. Start to move your legs and your arms more. Maybe turn your head side to side, letting each movement lead to bigger and bigger movements. When you're ready for bigger movements, gently tip to one side and make your way up to a seat.
If you like, bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within you. Namaste.